What's the most common term you hear when it comes to short-form content? Well, the answer is
Attention
attention span. Though we will talk about attention span ahead, the main thing that I'm going to tell you in this video is way deeper and darker than that, because it silently rewires the way you react to life. And once you know it, you will never look at short-form content the same way again. And no, I'm not pulling this information out of thin air. It's coming from Charlie Morgan, a man who has read over 400 books and lives in a literal castle. With that being said, let's begin. You see, 99% of the videos that reach your feed are viral. And in order to go viral, a video has to do one thing: evoke your emotions and make you feel something. Because emotions dictate where your attention goes. And this is why short-form content is so damn addictive, like you can scroll for hours and hours without a problem. But if I told you to read a book, you won't be able to do it, because it does not give you that same roller coaster vibe. When you're scrolling through YouTube Shorts or Reels or TikTok or anything, you are actually scrolling through emotions. Hell lot of emotions. At first, you're watching something happy, and then you get a sad reel. Then you get something motivational, and this thing keeps happening. You have zero control over what you're going to see and what emotional state you'll be in. At one second, you're feeling a certain emotion, and at another, you're feeling something completely different. But why does your brain love emotions? Before I tell you this, I want you to do one thing. Close your eyes and just listen to this video, because there will be no visuals for the next few seconds. This is a challenge for you to test your attention span. Try to generate the visuals in your head as you listen to me, and remember to listen carefully. You see, emotions aren't random. They're survival tools built deep inside our brain millions of years ago. Back in ancient times, when humans lived in tribes or jungles, emotions helped us make quick decisions. If you saw a tiger, fear made you run. If you found berries, happiness made you eat them again. So emotions were like instant reaction buttons. Feel first, think later, and that helped us survive. Now, fast forward to today, we don't face tigers anymore, but our brains still work the same way. Instead of predators, our danger or reward buttons are being pressed by things on our screens. Every time we see an emotional video, a shocking clip, or a heartwarming story, the same chemicals that once pushed us to react a certain way get released. It makes us want more. We scroll again and again looking for that next hit. Every single emotion you feel is chemical. When you're angry, your brain releases norepinephrine. When you're happy, it's dopamine. And there are tons of different neurochemicals like these. Now imagine your brain producing all of these rapidly every few seconds. That's what happens when you scroll short-form content. Your brain isn't built for that kind of chaos. Be honest with me, guys. You must have felt kind of empty after a scrolling session. Why? Because your brain just went through an emotional roller coaster it couldn't process. Now it has to clean up all those leftover neurotransmitters. Dopamine, serotonin, cortisol, everything that got dumped during your scroll session. That empty, drained feeling is your emotional hangover. Your precious time got wasted and your mind got super foggy. But this is not the worst part. This chaotic dump of emotions repeated over time destroys your emotional intelligence. It's not just about empathy, it's about control. You lose the control over your own thoughts and feelings, and it becomes very easy to trigger you. Short-form content makes you emotionally fragile. Right now, the world is drowning in mental health issues, anxiety, depression, ADHD. It's everywhere. Sure, people blame diet or pollution, and maybe they're partly true. But there's one thing almost everyone forgets to question: what they feed their mind. Because if your body becomes unhealthy when you eat junk food, then your mind also becomes unhealthy when you feed it junk content. And guess what? Short-form content is the most concentrated dose of mental junk ever created. Now, I'm not discrediting anyone's mental illness, as there can be many reasons behind it. I'm just saying that short-form content can also be a reason. Now you can open your eyes. Back in the day, we used to experience one strong emotion at a time, like fear during danger or joy when meeting someone we loved. Now we're feeling 20 different emotions in 10 minutes, and the brain simply can't process that much chaos. It gets overstimulated, confused, and tired. That's why after spending hours online, you feel mentally heavy even though your body didn't move an inch. And when this keeps happening daily, your brain starts expecting that emotional roller coaster. So even in normal situations, like sitting quietly, studying, or hanging out with friends, you start feeling restless because your brain misses that constant rush. That's what leads to emotional burnout, mood swings, and that feeling of being messed up for no real reason. So when you feel drained, distracted, or emotionally unstable, it's not that there's something wrong with you. You're just living in an environment you were never built for. That's why understanding this is so important. Once you realize what's actually happening, you can start taking back control by being more intentional about what you watch, how long you scroll, and how you manage your attention. Because your brain isn't broken. It's just overloaded. And the moment you stop feeding it chaos, it slowly resets itself back to calm, focus, and clarity.